Howdy everybody, welcome back to Marketing. I'm Professor Martin. In our video right now, we're going to be talking about the marketing plan. Now you're going to get the opportunity to create a full marketing plan at the end of the term, and we're going to kind of give you an introduction to what's going to be in that plan, the purpose of it, the kind of information that you would include in a marketing plan in our video right now. Now when we talk about a plan, you may have heard the old saying, if you don't know where you're going, any road is going to take you there. That's a play off of a line in Alice in Wonderland. They don't phrase it exactly that way, but the way it's phrased in Alice in Wonderland, it's basically that. If you don't know where you're going to go, any road you take is going to lead you there. And in other words, if we don't have a destination, well, there's no need to plan. We just kind of float along, and wherever we go, we go. Now you could imagine businesses do not operate in that manner, or I should say a successful business does not operate in that manner. A good business is going to have a plan, a roadmap that they're trying to follow to help them get from point A to where they want to go, point B. As an example, Taco Bell. You know, I love to use Taco Bell in my examples. Here's an article from 2017. And nationalrestaurantnews.com, Taco Bell unveils plan to hit $15 billion in annual sales. You can see they aim to do that by 2022. So Taco Bell in 2017 had a 5-year plan to increase sales across all the chains, all the Taco Bell restaurants, to $15 billion. And of course, right now when I'm recording the video, we're in 2023. And so we actually have the benefit of hindsight. We can look back and say, hey, were they successful in that endeavor? I've got the little blurb here from the Yum Brands annual report. Yum is the parent company of Taco Bell. They also own KFC, A&W, Long John Silver's, Pizza Hut. And in their annual report, they break all of these out individually. You can see the total sales for every segment. Here we have the Taco Bell division, and we can look. Sales 2022. This is in millions. 14.6 billion. Man, they had a goal to hit 15 billion in sales, and they nearly hit it right on the dot. Just a few hundred million off. Almost 15 billion in sales in 2022. We can see that's up all the way from 2020. When they had 11.7 billion. If we go back and look at 2019 and 2018, you'll see a steady progression in overall sales at Taco Bell. That did not just happen by accident. Taco Bell had a plan to generate sales. And so part of that plan was probably a marketing plan. Now, a marketing plan is a written plan that outlines the strategic marketing goals of an organization. And so to use our old road analogy there, it's a plan to help us get from point A to point B. We don't just float along and hope that we end up where we want to be. We set a goal, we develop a plan, and we move towards the goal using the plan. The marketing plan is a plan that relates to the marketing activities of the organization, obviously. And as I mentioned in the intro, you're going to get the opportunity to make a marketing plan. And maybe I shouldn't say opportunity, maybe you're not really looking forward to that. But you're going to make a marketing plan. We'll get into the details of that later on. Right now, I just wanted to give you a real high-level idea of what goes into a marketing plan. It is a written plan that has a few very distinct components. You can see all our components right there. It's going to contain an executive summary, an environmental analysis, the marketing objectives, the marketing strategies, the marketing tactics, and then finally, key performance indicators, or KPIs, as I'll call them. And so we think about that executive summary. The very beginning of your marketing plan is just going to be a short overview, where maybe someone in management can pick up that marketing plan, take a look at it, and get a real high-level overview of what's going on. It's going to have the key information summarized in one place right there at the beginning of the document. Our environmental or SWOT analysis is going to really look at where the firm stands from an external and internal environment standpoint. And they're going to look at different things that are going to potentially impact the business from an external standpoint. And also they're going to look at the internal strengths and weaknesses of the business. What is the business doing well? What are maybe some of the weaknesses that the business has? All right. And once we kind of know where we stand currently, we can start talking about where we want to go. Marketing objectives. We're going to specify exactly what we're hoping to achieve in our organization. Then we're going to outline our strategies, the longer term, big picture things that are going to help drive us towards our objectives. The marketing tactics is kind of the nitty gritty. They're the very specific details on what we're going to do to accomplish our marketing strategy. And then finally, KPIs, our performance indicators, are simply how we're going to measure the success of our plan. And those are going to be quantifiable. We're going to have to put some kind of a number to it so we can know whether or not we're on the way to meeting our goal or whether or not we're falling short along the way. And so when you make your marketing plan later on at the end of the term, you're going to basically create a document that contains all of these different aspects for maybe a company or maybe a product line within a company. Kind of look at it a different way. I mentioned before, part 2 of that marketing plan is all about getting an analysis done, seeing where we stand, looking at the internal and external environment, and also kind of drilling down with a SWOT analysis to figure out where the business is at right now. And that really kicks everything off. We have to know where we stand before we can move forward. In that second part, we develop our marketing objectives. We specify what we're hoping to achieve. And then if you look, product, pricing, distribution, promotion are 4 Ps. Product, price, place, promotion. We outline objectives for every one of those Ps. Then we develop a strategy for every P. Objectives being our goal, strategies being the big picture overall things that we're trying to do to move towards that goal. Then our tactics for all the 4 Ps, the specific things we're trying to do that align with our strategies that push us towards our objectives. And then finally, how we're going to measure it, the KPIs. And so that's really what a marketing plan is. And like I mentioned, we can do it for an entire organization. We can do it for a segment or a product line. But the idea is we're making a written report that kind of puts a plan to paper and gives us a little bit of a roadmap to follow. So let's give an example. We had Taco Bell there at the beginning raising sales to $15 billion from 2017 to 2022. How might that marketing plan have looked? We have our marketing objective, marketing strategies, marketing tactics, and KPI. Again, our marketing objective. Where do we want to go? We're at point A. What's point B? Where are we going? Our strategies. How are we going to get there? What's the big picture strategy that we're pursuing to get us from point A to point B? And then our tactics are the specific details, the nitty gritty, the details of how we're going to get to point A to point B. And then KPIs, I mentioned how we are measuring our progress, metrics and data, quantifiable. So our objective at Taco Bell is to increase our annual sales to $15 billion across all of our franchises. Our strategy for making that happen, one of the strategies could be increase the number of Taco Bell restaurants. Now, obviously, the more restaurants we have, the easier it's going to be to get to $15 billion in sales. So that's a strategy. We're going to increase the number of locations. The tactic behind that would be to analyze the markets where we could potentially go and select the best markets according to our criteria that we come up with. Maybe we want to be in markets where there are growing populations, growing income, and maybe we want to find locations that have a lot of road traffic in front of them, maybe tentpole stores like a Walmart or a Lowe's or Home Depot around, stuff like that. And so that's a tactic. What about a KPI, a performance indicator? Well, we could literally measure the number of stores that we open, the number of new locations. Maybe we set a goal, 2,000 new stores, as was mentioned in the article. And maybe we could say we want to expand internationally. We want to have 100 new locations in every strategic international market. China, Australia, whatever the case might be. So that would be an example of a part of that marketing plan. Let's look at another Example, going along with that objective of annual sales increasing to 15 billion. Another thing we could do from a strategy standpoint, increase average sales per guest. Average guest comes in, their ticket is on average, I don't know, $6, $7. We want to increase that amount. We want the average person to come in and spend $9. Obviously, if we are successful in that, our overall sales are going to go up. How do we do that from a tactic standpoint? We could have an aggressive focus on premium items or limited time items. Hey, we're bringing back the Mexican pizza, limited time only. Hey, nacho fries are back, limited time only. Come and get them, add them to your order. That kind of thing. We could also do targeted promotions via the Taco Bell app. And we have a user who has the Taco Bell app and their account set up, and we could maybe send them a targeted promotion about a new menu item that we've come up with. Maybe the new crunchy dipping taco. I got one of those the other day, really tasty, but the thing was like $3.99, $4.49 for just a little taco. And that is a premium item, helping Taco Bell increase the average sales per guest. The final point there, KPI, the key performance indicators. You can look at the average sales per guest and compare that to prior periods, see if it's going up. And then on the targeted promotions, we can look at click-through rates. How many times did we send out a promotion via the app and the customer actually clicked through and bought the item? And so that would be another aspect of that marketing plan to increase our sales to 15 billion. Let's do one more. A strategy to help us get to that 15 billion, manage all aspects of the Taco Bell experience to improve customer satisfaction. That's a strategy. We want to improve customer satisfaction. We know that will lead to more sales. How do we do it? That's a tactic. We're going to ensure high quality food, taste, and appearance. Product development, packaging, training the employees to make a good product. Also improving time between order and food delivery. That's going to enhance customer satisfaction. And so those are the specific tactics we could do to make that strategy happen. Our KPIs, we can look at the number of refunds for an incorrect order or for bad food quality. And we could also measure the average time between order, receipt, and food delivery. And so all kinds of different ways that we can measure these things. But those are just 3 different hypothetical examples of what might have went into Taco Bell's marketing plan when they said they were going to go to $15 billion in sales and make that a goal for the entire company. So our closing thoughts here, there is no standard format for a marketing plan. In fact, there's probably 20 different marketing textbooks out there, and if you looked at every one of them, they would all show you how to do a marketing plan just maybe a little bit differently. And what I kind of went through was kind of a standard format, and you could tweak it in different ways as you needed, but those are basically the common components that go into a marketing plan. Regardless of the format, the goal is to present information about a company's marketing objectives, their goals, to the people who are going to be responsible for carrying out the firm's overall strategy. And so that's kind of what the deal is. We're writing it out, and then the people who are going to be responsible for making it happen, they know what's going on, and they can follow that marketing plan and hopefully get the organization to where it wants to be. That's it for this video. If you have any questions about the marketing plan, or if you have any other marketing related thoughts you'd like to share, I'd love to hear them. Reach out to me, send me an email, and we'll chat. We got another video coming up talking about the SWOT analysis. I just kind of went and briefly mentioned it when we were talking about analyzing our background environment. We're going to go into more detail, break down every letter, SWOT, tell you what it means, and we're going to show you how to complete a SWOT analysis in our next video. Hope to see you back here for that. Until then, take care, everybody.